Welcome back. Well, starting tomorrow, the GOP House and Senate leadership set to begin marking up their versions of the GOP tax plan.
This as Democrats and the so-called mainstream media warn a Senate plan could increase taxes on middle-class workers.
So what can we expect? Here to break it all down, GOP Congressman and House Majority Whip Steve Scalise. Congressman, it's an honor. Let's go break it down. What's going to happen here this week as the House is expected to vote on it?
Morning. Good to be with you. This is a really exciting week for the House and for the country. We passed our bill out of committee on Thursday, so Chairman Kevin Brady and the Ways and Means Committee did a great job of bringing a bill out of committee that will cut taxes in every different income sector. What we're doing is focusing on getting the economy moving again, making our country competitive. Look, we've seen so many jobs, tens of thousands of jobs, leave America because we have the highest corporate tax rate in the industrialized world. We're reducing all those taxes so that we can bring those jobs back and rebuild our middle class.
Congressman, as we saw with health care reform, repeal of Obamacare, the House was better on it, able to pass it and do something about it. If the Senate does pass something and it goes to conference, what are the red lines for you? What are the biggest things? Is it number of tax brackets? Is it rates staying low? Is it kicking in immediately? I mean, where do you not want to give to make sure that real Reagan-esque tax reform is actually delivered?
Well, the main things that we've been working with President Trump on is a tax cut plan that actually helps rebuild our middle class, bring jobs back, make us competitive. All of the things that we did in our House bill, and frankly, a lot of those components are in the Senate bill as well. They've got a few differences, but in the end, I think what you're going to see is the House pass a bill. We're going to whip that bill Monday night, so we'll know where all of our House Republicans are, and work to make sure that we bring everybody on board so that we can pass the bill, hopefully by the end of the week, and then let the Senate go do their job. They've got to produce a bill as well. And if there are differences, which I'm sure there are, we're going to work those out. But again, you've got to make sure that the middle class is going to benefit dramatically from this tax cut, which our bill does, and that we make our country competitive again to bring those tens of thousands of good, high-paying jobs back. And oh, by the way, we simplify the code so much in our bill that over 90% of Americans can actually do their taxes on a postcard. Just think about how simple that's going to be for most families in this country.
I do want to ask, though, how important the president's role is in all of this, because when he talks about tax reform, you see him light up in a way that you don't see on anything else, even health care. How involved has he been, and how important is it for when he gets home to put pressure on certain individuals to get tax reform to where it needs to be, where it ultimately helps the American people the most?
President Trump has been incredibly helpful from the very beginning. And look, he is passionate about getting the economy moving again and rebuilding the middle class, really pushing those tax cuts to middle and lower income families. And that's what we did in our bill, working closely with the White House. So I think you see a president very engaged, and he understands that the best thing we can do to get our economy moving again is to pass this tax cut and jobs bill. So he's been really involved in it because he knows how it's going to help the economy, it's going to create jobs, and it's going to help all those families that have been struggling for the last 8 years who want to see wage growth. That's going to happen under our bill.
So, Congressman, real quick, where are the numbers? You're the whip. How's this vote looking? And are you going to get any Democrats to support this?
You know, Democrats should vote for this bill because it cuts taxes across the board. It helps rebuild the middle class. Unfortunately, you see them opposing these tax cuts because really all they're for is for more taxes and growing the federal government, but it's crushed our economy. Let's go a different route. Let's actually create jobs.
How about the Freedom Caucus, Congressman? Are they on board?
We've been working really well with them, and I talk to Mark Meadows on a regular basis, and most of the members of the Freedom Caucus that we talk to, they are really supportive of this bill, as are most members of our conference. Obviously, there are going to be some folks we're going to talk to this week that aren't yet there but are going to get there.
Yeah.
Good luck. We'll see what the week brings.
Congressman, good to see you back.
Yeah,
great to have you.
Great to be back. What an exciting time it is.